The way they were able to go around arenas across the country and sell them out, and little girls are now dreaming about being like Caitlin. It has been great to watch.
Imagine this, two of the biggest names in sports colliding on the grandest stage, fueling a rivalry that electrifies fans and keeps millions on the edge of their seats who will rise to the occasion.
We mentioned Larry Bird, and obviously we know the rivalry that you two had and how important you two coming into the league. 2 years ago in the women's NCAA championship, Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark had a moment, which I immediately compared to you and Larry. And they have translated to the WNBA in a lot of very mirrored ways. Do you like that comparison, and do you see where that is going?
Joy, I love.
Now fast forward to the WNBA, where Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese have ignited a fierce rivalry, keeping fans on the edge of their seats. But what happens when a legendary figure like Magic Johnson steps in with his take on the showdown?
They dominated in college.
As you both did.
Yes. And then they brought it over to the WNBA, just like we brought it to the NBA. We changed the NBA, they changed the WNBA.
Not only does he make jaw-dropping comparisons to his own legendary battles with Larry Bird, but he also takes a surprising side one that leaves Angel Reese stunned and Caitlin Clark's fans roaring with excitement. Who did Magic Johnson back? And what does it mean for this rising rivalry?
Everything that these young ladies been fighting for, they're about to get.
Buckle up, this isn't just a rivalry, it's a turning point for women's basketball, and Magic Johnson's take it will leave you speechless. When Magic sat down to reflect on his iconic battles with Larry Bird, no one expected him to draw a direct line to the fiery competition unfolding in the WNBA, but his surprising perspective is shaking up the conversation. Whose side did he take? And what does it mean for the future of the game?
They end up getting private planes now. They're going to get more money in terms of salary because of the new bargaining agreement that the NBA and WNBA did together. It's just amazing.
Lakers-Celtics feud of the 1980s was more than just basketball. It was a clash of cultures, a battle of wills, and a force that reshaped the sport itself. Magic Johnson and Larry Bird weren't just rivals, they were titans who elevated the NBA to unprecedented heights between 1980 and 1989 there. Relentless competition fueled 8 NBA championships, with one or both appearing in every finals of the decade. Now Magic sees something strikingly familiar in the fiery rivalry between Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese. Could this be the next great showdown that transforms the WNBA?
Nobody can stop talking about Caitlin Clark. Whether it's good, whether it's bad, whether we're praising her outstanding play, or whether we're critiquing her every statement, Caitlin Clark continues to occupy the minds of a lot of folks. She's living rent-free.
These two rookies didn't just make a name for themselves in the NCAA, they rewrote the record books and captivated millions, drawing unprecedented attention to women's sports. Their showdown in the NCAA tournament wasn't just a game, it was a spectacle that had the entire nation watching, echoing the buzz of Magic and Bird's legendary battles. Now, as Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese carry that momentum into the WNBA, they aren't just competing, they're setting the stage for what could become one of the league's most defining rivalries. Could this be the spark that takes women's basketball to the next level?
Do you remember race being a major component in sports back in the 80s or the 90s? You remember when Michael Jordan came along and everybody fell in love with the guy? We loved Michael Jordan because he was a great player. Is it not okay to love Caitlin Clark because she's a great player?
Player for Magic Johnson, this isn't just about individual greatness, it's about the game-changing power of competition in his eyes. Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese have the same potential to elevate the WNBA as he and Larry Bird once did for the NBA. Could their rivalry be the spark that reshapes the leagues?
Caitlin Clark has the blessing of Withrow's birthday, too.
Similar shooters, meaning back in my heyday with her heyday.
Is this also white privilege?
Could be. Very.
But Magic didn't stop there. He made a bold claim, one that sent shockwaves through the sports world and ignited a heated debate. What did he say that has everyone talking?
I never hear anybody. All I hear is guys like Ryan Clark or Megan Rapinoe or Sue Bird saying, good, she acknowledges her white privilege. So how is her privilege? What is her privilege? Hey man, you stick that thing in a woman, you become a dad, be a dad. That's not a privilege. That speaks to more of what others aren't doing than what some are doing.
A stand in this heated rivalry. Magic Johnson didn't hold back. when asked about the parallels between his legendary battles with Larry Bird and the rising tension between Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese. He gave a candid response that instantly fueled the debate. So, whose side did he take?
I would never say that because I had a mom and dad, I was privileged. That's not privilege. That's just how you create a baby.
His admiration for both players' competitive fire was undeniable, but there was something about Caitlin Clark that resonated with him on a deeper level. What is it about her game that reminds Magic of his own journey? His admiration for both players' competitive fire was undeniable, but there was something about Caitlin Clark that resonated with him on a deeper level. What is it about her game that reminds Magic of his own journey? As Magic reflected on their impact, he made one thing clear: Caitlin Clark's style of play, resilience, and jaw-dropping performances struck a familiar chord: her ability to captivate audiences and draw fans into the WNBA reminded him of the transformative energy he once brought to the NBA. Could Clark be the game-changer women's basketball has been waiting for? Johnson didn't just compare the rivalry between Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese to his own legendary battles with Larry Bird. He took a stand that sent shockwaves through the sports world. Johnson highlighted how Clark dominated in college, leading Iowa to historic victories while shattering records that once seemed untouchable. Her ability to deliver in clutch moments, her unparalleled court vision, and her deep shooting range made her a generational talent. But what truly resonated with Magic was her relentless drive to win, an edge he recognized in himself during his own playing days. She's got that it factor, Magic said. She's not just playing to win, she's playing to inspire. For Magic, this wasn't just about stats or trophies. Clark's rise had captivated young girls across the country, giving them a new role model to look up to. As soon as Clark entered the WNBA, the league saw an explosion in viewership, merchandise sales, and attendance. The conversation wasn't just about her skills, it was about her impact. While Angel Reese has her own compelling story and undeniable talent, it was Clark's ability to shift the entire landscape of women's basketball that Magic seemed to find most comparable to his own journey. This clear favoritism didn't go unnoticed. Fans and analysts quickly picked up on Magic's alignment with Clark, interpreting his remarks as a direct nod to her as the player driving the WNBA into a new era. But Johnson didn't stop at praising Clark. He expanded on how her rivalry with Reese is reshaping women's basketball. Much like his duels with Bird propelled the NBA to new heights, this rivalry has changed the WNBA. Magic emphasized comparing their influence to the way he and Bird elevated the NBA in the 1980s. The numbers back it up. Clark and Reese's fierce competition has drawn record-breaking viewership and energized fans like never before, packed arenas, surging merchandise sales, and a new generation of young girls aspiring to reach the WNBA. All point to the monumental impact of their on-court battles, but the effects of this rivalry extend beyond fan. Magic noted tangible improvements within the league, including increased salaries and upgraded travel accommodations like private planes, along a weighted milestone for WNBA players. These changes are a direct result of the heightened attention and revenue Clark and Reese have generated for the sport. Caitlin Clark isn't minimizing the foundation others built, Magic explained, but we can't ignore what she's done. She's box office. While the rivalry has sparked debates about sportsmanship and social media feuds, it has also created undeniable opportunities for growth. Johnson sees this as proof that fierce competition drives innovation and change. To him, the Clark-Reese rivalry isn't just good for basketball, it's a cultural moment redefining the potential of women's sports. Yet Magic's focus on Clark's ability to lead this transformation was hard to ignore. By aligning himself with her journey, he effectively cast Clark as the face of this movie, with Reese positioned as her primary challenger. It's a narrative that has resonated deeply with fans and continues to fuel the passion surrounding their rivalry. As Magic Johnson boldly sides with Caitlin Clark, the WNBA finds itself at the center of a transformative moment in sports history. His comparison of their rivalry to the iconic battles of the 80s underscores the undeniable power these two young stars have in shaping the future of women's basketball. Whether you agree with Magic's perspective or not, one thing is certain: Clark and Reese are driving the WNBA into a new era of success and visibility. Their rivalry has not only sparked debates, but ignited a movement that will be remembered for years to come. So, what do you think? Do you agree with Magic Johnson's stance on Caitlin Clark, or do you believe Angel Reese deserves more recognition in this heated rivalry? Share your thoughts below.